For a country as beautiful as Bhutan, the condition of our toilet is an ugly scar on our reputation. That begs the question, why are Bhutanese toilets so dirty? The answer is, we let it be. We tolerate it. We grew up with dirty toilets everywhere that we have built natural tolerance for dirty toilets. So when you see a dirty toilet, we don't complain. We find it normal. My name is Pasu. I'm the founder and executive director of Bhutan Toilet Organization, and let me tell you, it is not normal for toilets to be dirty. And I beg you to complain when you see dirty toilets around you. Remember when we saw a picture of a guy climbing on a chorten at Dochala? There was a massive outrage in the society, at least on social media, because it is not normal for a person to climb on a chorten. I wish if people could react in a similar way when you see a dirty toilet, because even that is not normal. We shape our concept of toilet based on the kind of toilet we accept as normal. Let me redefine the concept of toilet for you. It is the happiness room that we fail to acknowledge. People go in that room with different forms of discomfort and come out happy. For example, you badly need to urinate, or you have an upset tummy. So you run looking for a toilet. At that moment, the very sight of the toilet gives you a sense of relief. Once you're inside, you experience the ultimate happiness. You're so grateful to the toilet that you're willing to do anything for the toilet. If we could trap on that very emotion and commitment, toilet problems in the country would be solved. But unfortunately, we have very short memories. Every morning, you wake up feeling low. Your mouth is stinking, your eyes are sticky, your nose is stuffy, and your hair is messy. You walk into the happiness room, brush your teeth, wash your face, clean your nose, and do your hair. And by the time you come out of there, you are a new person, ready to seize the day. Anyone who goes into that room comes back a little happier. So isn't that magical? Isn't that the happiness room? That is the concept of toilet that we Bhutanese are unaware of. That's why it's not trendy to show off your toilet. We rather invest in big sofa, showcase, TV in the sitting room, while our toilet remains tiny, dingy, and stinky, with so many broken things inside it. Someone once told me that Bhutanese wear expensive Go and Kira over faded and torn underwear. We have misplaced our priorities. We think a toilet is a dirty little room for us to pee and poop. But remember, toilet is the only room in the house where every member of the family visits at least 5 times a day. And yet, we invest the least in the toilet. It is a sad example of a tragedy of the commons. It is not our fault. It was passed down to us through our genes by the ancestors who knew very little about toilet. But it will be our fault if we pass down the same stinky legacy to our children despite all the knowledge and exposure. We have come a long way. Much has changed, but we are still stuck with dirty toilets. Everyone loves a clean toilet, yet collectively we don't work towards getting it. It is strange how the whole is less than the sum of its part. Our attitude towards toilet is a personal affair as long as you keep it to ourselves. But when we project it out in a group or a society, it has consequences. It is worse when you are an important person because it has a significant bearing on your decisions. Let me share a story of setting up and managing toilet during major national events. You know how important it is to have toilet facilities during the public events. But you don't know that we get last minute notice to come and set up toilets. And there is no budget set aside to build toilets. It hurts when the toilet is given the last priority. On the contrary, a 5 minutes dance program gets 2 months, 3 months to prepare. And there are hundreds of people on the set. Whereas the toilet that is used by everyone from morning to evening gets the least importance in the whole scheme of things. That's just the beginning. The problem is getting the location for the toilet. Toilets are often given the oddest of locations, literally unreachable, perfectly hidden from the view. They would say that it is gross to have toilet anywhere near. You could see the filthy sight and smell of the toilet right on their face as they explain how they can't allow toilets anywhere near. I get angry, but I don't blame them. I blame the toilets that they have suffered in their schools. They carry such bad memories of the toilet that they are worried the toilets we built will be like the ones in their head. If they had clean toilets in their head, their decision would be different. They would want us to build toilet right next to the gate or near the guest tent for everybody's convenience. I found out that a profound toilet attitude is critical in leadership. For example, if your school toilet is dirty, it reflects your principal's ignorance and attitude. If your office toilet is horrible, it has everything to do with your boss's mentality. He may want his attached toilet to be clean, but you could judge his leadership by the standard of the common office toilet. You do a simple survey and see how it correlates. You can smell it. The irony goes much deeper in our society. We are a giving society, yet people will hardly share the toilet. Even a small restaurant toilet will put a sign, customers only. A rich landlord secretly dumps raw sewer from his property into the stream that's used for washing and drinking by poorer people downstream. A wealthy household talks proudly about having 4 toilets inside his house with no regard for the neighborhood that has no toilet. The flies from the poor man's open feces will not discriminate against the people in the rich household, but there is hope. We have seen in short spans of time we spent around event toilets how people's perspective change. They visit us at least 5 times in a day. The first time they come, they are suspicious. They cover their nose and mouth. When they come out of the toilet, they look amazed. The next time they come, we see big smiles and we become friends. The sudden change in their attitude is so satisfying. That is what we work for. This is a sign that we have finally managed to clean the toilet in their heads. Next time we know they will make decisions based on the clean toilet in their head. The same attitude has influenced the location of public toilets across the country. How many public toilets are there in Thimphu? There are 7 toilets in the core town, but you won't know because most of them are strategically hidden from the public view. It is ironic that public toilets are hidden from public view. But it is what happens when the engineer or the planner has a horrific toilet in their head. They are only doing a favor to the country by hiding the toilets. And you know, when the toilets are located in the shady corners, all sorts of shady things happen, from fight, drugs, theft, and vandalism. You go to any public toilet and see if everything is in order. I bet you will see most of them are vandalized. And you will be lucky if you find at least one flush tank working, or you find a proper set of bucket or a jug. For a harmonious and peaceful country like ours, we wonder why do our toilets look like we're in a state of war? The answer lies in the same place. dirty toilet in her head. If the planner had a clean toilet in their head, we would have public toilets in good locations. And because of location, we could avoid all sorts of shady activities, from pooping in the wash basin to stealing buckets, jugs, and toilet paper rolls. A civilized person will always look for a toilet when they get the call of nature, whereas some of us are still okay with going behind the bush. This habit of going behind the bush is not relevant when you're in the town. That's when you realize how backward you are. But somehow you manage to find a spot behind the building and shamelessly shit there, knowing that nobody has seen it and nobody will even remember. For that matter, such a person with no regard for toilet etiquette will do the same even if he finds a toilet. He will use it without appreciating how good it was when he came in and leave with no regard for the people who will come after him. The thought process is the same as the person who did it behind the building. Nobody has seen it, nobody will know, and nobody will even remember. But let me tell you, what comes out of you is a part of you. Even though no one saw you leaving without flushing, when people who come after you see it, no one will look at your shit and appreciate the shape and color of it. They will be disgusted. And the energy is powerful. When they spit on a part of you with such sincere disgust, you're going to feel it no matter where you are. That's the negative energy you invoke. You bring out the worst in people as long as the part of you remains there. On the other hand, if you have planted a tree, every time a person sits down under its shade to take rest, the person will be thankful to the tree. And that powerful and sincere energy of gratefulness will follow you wherever you are, like a blessing. Same with the flower you planted that pleases people, or a water tap that you have built that's helping people cool themselves or quench their thirst. What goes around definitely comes around, so let it be the good that goes around. Next time you are about to leave a toilet unflushed, remember that ugly little part of you will bother many people and that so many curses will follow you. The idea is simple. Even the cat knows. A cat digs a hole, poops in it, and covers it up. It is nothing attractive to show to the world. So why don't you cover it up with soil if you're in the wild? Or if you're in the toilet, make an effort to flush it down. Don't make your decision based on whether someone is watching or not. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Cleaning toilet is not one of the most attractive jobs in the world. On top of that, in many cultures, it is a job done by a class of people who are considered very low, untouchables. Lucky for us, we never had deep-rooted toilet culture, and therefore, the idea of job belonging to a class of people is unfounded. Any notion of stigma attached to cleaning toilet is a borrowed mentality, so let's shut it off. Who cleans toilet at home? Is there a category of people who must do that job? No, it is the job that any family member can do. One who loves cleanliness, or the one who knows how to clean so well, or with the one who has the open mind to do the job. So it's not about class, it's about an attitude, a progressive choice. It is in primitive and backward societies that such classes are created and discriminated against. In progressive societies like the US and Australia, toilet cleaning is like any other job. Ask the hundreds of respected Bhutanese who have taken the job in Australia by choice. Of course, the toilets down there cannot be compared to what we have here. And the difference in the kind of money they make down there and what we pay our cleaners here are almost impossible to fathom. That gives us a deep insight into why the Western perspective on the job is different from ours. This will help us understand the reality of things and put our money in the right place. If we say toilet cleaners are an important member of the staff, we must back it up with good money to make it believable. Until then, the show must go on. We must work towards uplifting the job to the next level through excellence in performing it and perceiving it. In doing so, when you clean an unflushed toilet, which is causing distress to many people, you act to liberate that unfortunate person who has done that. The person may be having a bad day somewhere, not knowing what the hell he did wrong to deserve it. But you have shown mercy on him by removing the burden and setting him free. You liberate that person. You become a liberator. Not just that, the clean and welcoming toilet that you have created will make every visitor happy, like the tree, flower and water tap I shared about. And the intense, powerful energy they emit is the merit you accumulate. It will follow you wherever you are. You will receive their blessings. Therefore, sometimes I feel like the job of cleaning toilet is a spiritual offering of humility and compassion. Humility of the self and compassion for others. During the 113th National Day address, His Majesty the King shared his vision of propelling Bhutan to a first world country in our lifetime. In the last many years, His Majesty kept mentioning big data, artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning, cryptocurrency, and space science. Even if there is nothing that we can offer in these big subjects, let us make our individual contribution towards one of the most basic foundation of a first world country, a clean toilet. Let us clean the toilets in our heads and around us. Let us stop going behind the bushes. Let us stop tolerating dirty toilets. Let's complain. Let's prepare to become a first world citizen.